Ah, bonjour, bonjour, comment ça va? J'espère que ça va bien. D'accord, I hope that things are going well. Je suis Kotalia Benson, mon méthode c'est la livre Ranadu. De la coapure, mon méthode c'est la livre. Bienvenue sur mon chaîne. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be discussing unlocking your magic and knowing the potential of your magic, knowing what the possibilities are, what you may actually be able to do. Because honestly, many individuals, people fall into a couple of categories. One of those categories, and the most common and the most saturated category, is the fantasy world of all the things are possible and real and everything is happening to me and people are trying to take my power. And then there's the category of, okay, I know this is real, but and I know that I can tap into some things, but I don't really know how or why I can't anymore when I used to. And then it's the thing of I know this is real, but that absolutely can't be real. Um, and bonjour. Hello, Justin. Hello, Conjuring Gypsy. Hello, Jessica. Hello, Patrice, Marche. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Candice, Stacy, Iceberg Paris, Gregory, Impressive Magic, Josie. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Yes, I was all into the camera. Please make sure that you do give this video a thumbs up, but I haven't finished my entire intro yet, but yes, but now that you are here and you are tuning in, please subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, leave a sweet, kind comment below, hit your notification or your post notification button so you know each and every time I make a new post. And let's get into it, okay? So, very first and foremost, as I mentioned, this video is going to be about unlocking your magic, really understanding what that is, and understanding that unlocking your magic is not the same as having to spell work. That's a different thing there, and many people don't know the difference. Um, hello, hello, Jane, Violet Dean, Kaya Koala Queen, Bumata Queen and all. Bumata, good morning. As Carlton, et voilà. So, Um, so that's what we're gonna be discussing today, but of course, always we wanna get right into these, announcements, and I'm gonna be on it today, we're not gonna do a 2-hour long situation. And I also just wanna say too, I thank everyone so much for your support, with my past video, just what, 2 days ago, if even that long ago. I'm not gonna bring a whole lot of light to that as you can go and watch it. I will say though, I will more than likely be making this video exclusive just because I don't want to give them um, more fuel to go and go and go. However, this video is not going anywhere. It will just be shared among, the community in a very different way. But again, as I mentioned, that whole video was to show you, it was less to do with her specifically as it is, you do not need to be so brave, you need to be smart, and if you can't be smart, pray for wisdom, because you don't know who, um, who knows what, um, also shedding light on how horrible and how sad mental illness is in the magical community too. Um, so anyways, um, that video will be shared in a separate little group, etcetera, and so forth and so on. I thank you. I love you guys too. I greatly do, but and I also hope that yeah, that the video was also a example of teaching people how to treat you. Teaching people how to treat you all listen, I wanna go ahead and bring this up now. This video will be 19 hours long. Here's mercy. A lot of times we allow grace and mercy to be enablers to our abuse, to our attacks, to our, essentially self-harm because, "Oh, we gotta be understanding because they're going through a mental challenge," or, "Oh, we gotta be understanding and gotta give them a little bit of opportunity and grace because of this life situation," or all of these things. Oh my gosh, purple pixie, merci beaucoup pour the super sticker. Thank you so very much. And, um and a lot of times we do this. A lot of times we do this, and, it is something that I know when you wear the crown that I do, um, you have to be in a very diplomatic space. You have to be in a very diplomatic space. You let things go because you understand that those insecure individuals and sick individuals, they're out there, and they need you for their benefit, right? Um, and for their content even. Um, but I don't know what that is, Um, Miss Paris. Absolutely hate that this happened, but that's the most I'll speak on it. Yes. I joined the coven maybe 3 years ago and started, I'm starting over from the start of the videos you posted. Is it okay for me to do Oh, yes. Yes, Stacey Vaughn, please do the work. Please do the homework. You should do the homework without a doubt. Um, so there's that. It's just a thing to really encourage you all. Don't allow your gift of grace, understanding, compassion, and mercy be a catalyst or enablers to your harm, abuse, or attacks, is the point. So, there's that. That's a heart, it means love you. Oh, because it didn't show up on my end that way, so I didn't, it just shows little boxes. Yeah, but thank you so very much, Paris. So there's that. Now, let's go ahead and wrap into these announcements. The very first thing, of course, is la da 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 da. The Working Ritual Weekend, Volume 2, November 3rd, 4th, and 5th. This is gonna be a beautiful weekend where we begin to not just unlock your magic, and that's what inspired this video. Oh, no, it went away. I thought it was on our loop. Can I loop it? Hold on. You know what? I don't have to loop it. I gotta figure out how to make this thing, do what it's supposed to do. So the Working Ritual Weekend is November 3rd, 4th, and 5th here in Mobile, Alabama at Bleckley State Park. Um, we are gonna be doing an ancestral elevation for 3 days. We're gonna do a sunset riverboat cruise where we'll be doing a, blessing and reconciliation ritual of the water, and this is gonna be a beautiful experience. We'll be doing a high protection ritual, which I'm super excited about that, smoke summoning blessing ritual, and a fire feeding ritual as well. There are limited spaces here. The great wonderful thing about this is a cabin retreat. For some of you, there are I doggone it, I meant to see that people have already started purchasing the cabin stays. This is I promise you, this is not an event you wanna miss. I guarantee you with everything in my body, soul, and spirit. It's one thing to see me here. It's another thing when I talk about, like, unlocking my magic to see me summon flames, to see me command the wind, to see me summon lightning in the storm, to see me, um do a variety of things that you probably would not think that was actual and factual. But the wonderful thing about this weekend is you have the ability to stay with me in my cabin where there are perks and great wonderful things like getting your 2024 New Year's readings and consultations. If you don't stay with me, but you stay at the other cabin, we're gonna be having after hour gatherings, Q&As, a variety of those things of the day, and just some other spiritual things that you may have to ask me in that moment, in that time, and in that space. But if you cannot get a cabin, um, rental a space or whatever, and I'm providing this. It's all part of your ticket, and you are also, of course, getting material, and you're going home with 4 spirits and some tools, but 4 spirits of protection that you'll be going home with, and, um, and so this is going to be insane, and again, this is why I wanted to up, and this link is in the description box, and it's also oh my goodness, hold on a moment. Oh my goodness, I forgot that I can do this. Oh, oh, hold on. Ah! No, 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 hold on. There's that. Can I not pin this? Um, I wanna pin this situation. Yes, pin message to the top. Super. Et voilà. So I've actually pinned so all the links are in the pin message above that you can look into. Such a great price point. Get the cabin. Oh, no, like, seriously, like, you're being able to come down here for, like, what and price covers the whole weekend. You get 3-day passes in and out of the park. There's, you have those issues, so many great wonderful things, and I need to tell you guys, you can actually do a payment plan. When you go to the website and make this purchase, you can actually pay this off in 4 payments. Yes, 4 easy payments. So it gives you that option too. So you don't have to worry about, "Oh my gosh, I can't afford this and da 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 da." You can. You can break it up into payments. That is an option as well. What more could you ask for? So again, I just wanna really share that little video or the situation here, just to give you guys that little information, um, and also to I love a good visual. And people ask, "Well, what's the difference between and, the working ritual weekend and the contrafet?" And the difference here is, where the contrafet is very much education, 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 and then it takes you a year to process it, if not longer, because it's that much information and education. This gives you instruction and we work. I feel this with every ounce of my body. If you miss this, there'll be another one in the future. It'll be next fall, but if you miss this, you may not know the weight of your power, and that is the true reality of it. The next thing is this, y'all listen, forgive me. Um, we had the, playing card divination and spell work class the other evening. It was a 3-hour-long class. It was so long, it was so late, and although it was a good class and it gave new perspective and new information to some of the old heads that were here, I still feel that was a little bit much, to be honest, and I don't really feel confident that I was solid on the divination aspect of it because there was so much information. So because of that, I'm doing a free bonus class to all of those that participated in the playing card divination and spellwork class. However, this class will only be about the divination, casting your cards, really understanding the meanings, how to read them. I want you to bring your cards so we can read each other as well. So we're doing a bonus class. I will be sending out that link, very soon for this. And I know some people are gonna like, "Oh my gosh, queen, that's a bit much. You spent 3 hours doing this." But one thing about it is this, I absolutely will not have you leave my space and not be educated and feel empowered. If you leave my space with any ounce of confusion or question, then I have not communicated well, delivered well, and have done my job well. So again, for those that took the, playing card class, the divination class on August 27th, you will in fact be receiving a bonus class strictly on the divination, nothing more, nothing less. So I'm super excited about that. Be on the lookout for that. Super, super, super excited, for that. You poured into us for 3 hours, answers each question. Thank you so much. I did. But I think, going through those questions and all of those things may have prevented me from making sure I covered everything, I was clear. That's my thing. I just have to make sure that I'm very clear and that you are very, um, confident in your approach to playing card divination, okay? The next thing is the August community service. Again, I wanna thank everyone that participated in the August community service. Those, items will be going out this week. We moved this week, and I'm gonna make a video of the space beforehand, and I actually went live yesterday on Instagram and showed you all our commercial kitchen because let me make this part, we have a 2-year plan or maybe a year and a half plan on what we're gonna do in this space. This is a two-part move. This move is one part to another move that we're gonna be doing, and this move is gonna be professional, this move is gonna be physical, this move is gonna be, um, in a variety of ways. I'm to play. Hi, Queen, can you please explain what happens at the crossroads? Why is it important and, how to find them? Maybe in a different, situation here, but yes, I've actually done classes on Crossroads Magic. Um, thank you, Julia. Julia. That's right. Um, yeah, so we will absolutely you'll be receiving your items this whether it's middle of the week or the end of the week, or they will at least be out. I know that. I know that, so they will be mailed out this week. Um, there's that. Now, I have another big announcement. Everybody, you've been asking. Well, we're back. The Conscious House Spellcast podcast will be will be, get this, live right here on Instagram, on YouTube. You'll be able to join me live. Now, um, there will be an option to join us live, okay? It's a subscription for $5. You can join to see us live, and if you join us live, you're able to interact with me in real time, ask questions, bring up your feelings and your thoughts about things. We're elevating the podcast, we're bringing that back, and um, what would the first topic be on? Oh, why you deserve to be cursed. Yes, indeed. Um, let me tell you, I absolutely am so excited about this particular topic. So this topic actually came up. I have to get it may be my cell phone. Um, it may be my cell phone where I actually, had to do work for and I'm telling you, it's like a uh-oh. It's like an ongoing situation right now where people are just acting out and people are having to be dealt with. And so there was a series of elders that reached out to me. Yes, elders that reached out to me and said, "Queen, we need you." Elders not of my lineage, but said, "Queen, we need you." And, um, and so they expressed to me they expressed to me the situation, and it was so raggedy and trifling that I was like, "Oh, okay, this is warranted." And I'm like, "Okay, let's do this." And so the first episode, oh, yes, an interactive podcast. It's going to be fire. So the Country South Spellcast podcast will begin this up and coming Wednesday. It will be did I say Wednesday morning? I think Wednesday morning, it will be live on Wednesday morning, and you'll be able to join me. You'll be able to talk on the situation. I will be sharing that link. That link has not been available yet. YouTube is having to approve some things. Once they have approved them, I will be making a post on that. So the Conscious South Spellcast podcast will be coming back weekly every Wednesday morning, live. It's gonna be a whole vibe. The next thing is, I mentioned this. Oh, well, that's odd. Hmm, okay. Well, I have another thing to share with you all. I just have to pull it up very quickly. Well, download it and pull it up. I'm so sorry. I was so excited. I was telling someone today that, "Oh my goodness, I am, I was very, prepared and all of these things." But then I remember why I am not prepared right now, in fact, with this one particular thing. Okay, that'll be popping up here in a little bit. Um, Voila. I first wanna start off by talking to the, um, virtual coven. I need to apologize because this past month, I missed it. Again, with us moving and everything going on, I absolutely just went over my head, and I apologize for that. I know I've been talking about creating a weekly situation and da 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 da, woo woo woo, knick-knack, paddywhack. Well, I wanna encourage everyone to join the virtual coven because in the virtual coven, we get into all the juice, all the tea. It is very uncensored, quite frank, and, there's that. But that is a big hourly or hour and a half long monthly, option here on YouTube. That link is over in the description box. But beyond that, I'll be meeting you all every Friday. Every Friday I'm hopping into the coven and I'm just gonna come in, a weekly check-in every Friday. And I needed to take a moment to sit down to come up with, okay, this is what I can do, this is what I can't do, da 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 da. This is how I have to organize. Organization is so imperative to your success. It is. Um, so there's that. So I will be popping up in that. Let's read these comments. Good morning, Dynamic Divine Reading. Good morning, Rishad. Um, Make sure y'all have notepads and take a few notes. Yes, indeed. Each episode definitely a class. Well, it's coming back and we coming strong. Bonjour, Jennifer. Bonjour. All right. We understand we still got that discount off the community service. Exactly. There's discounts in the coven. I drop discounts there. I'm gonna be dropping discounts in the Spellcast podcast. When you join that, there will in fact be multiple discounts, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Um, uh-oh. So that's coming back. There's that, right, that, blah, da, 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 da. I also wanted to let everyone know that starting tomorrow, I will be doing daily readings virtually, online, live. This will be daily, elemental readings, fire sign, water sign, earth sign. This is what you need to be looking out for within your day. That will begin tomorrow morning, definitely on Instagram, maybe here on YouTube. We'll see. I just have to figure out how to work both spaces and all of those things, and also and let me ask you, do you, think that I should do the live, daily readings via YouTube and Instagram, or just one or the other? And if so, what is your preference? What is your preference? Institute students, Conjure South Institute students, please make sure that you read the email that was sent out to you at your acceptance. You need to make sure that you have joined Facebook and liked mm, followed, excuse me, Nona Meadows so that I can put you in the class. We will begin class here, next week. I have to check my calendar. Is it this week or next week? But I wanna say it's this week, to be honest. So, make sure that you're doing that, please. Institute students, um, both. Juliet says both. I will absolutely try. And also, let's see how many thumbs up we have. How many thumbs what, 51 people here, and we have 32 thumbs up. Everybody, let's get those thumbs up, please. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. I know it doesn't mean much to you, but it means a great deal to a creator. Um, 2 last things. 2 last things, then we'll get into the conversation. The first thing is once we have everything in operating order, organized and everything at the new location, 188, 0 at Park Boulevard, we will be, opening our doors for in-person as well as virtual consultations, etcetera. However, everything will be done via appointment only. If you don't have an appointment, you can't get in, not by the hairs of your chinny chin chin, okay? Um, so IG preferred if you could only do 1. Okay. That makes I mean, I sort of feel that too, the IG, to be honest, but there's that. Last but not least, everybody, super, super, super excited before we get into the conversation, here, but everybody, guess what? There's a new class on the block. There's a new class on the block. Clock, there's a new class on the block. There's a new class on the block. Well, what is this class, you ask? Baby, listen, doll baby spell work and history. My love, yes. Hoodoo and voodoo and all the dolls in between. Hallelujah. I'm super excited about this. This is actually one of my favorite classes, but this class is actually gonna be for introductory through advanced, conjurers. I, am super, super excited. Y'all, this doll is really gonna be feeling some things. Um, I just can't get enough of sticking them. Yes, indeed. Yeah. One more time. In. Hi. Yeah. In. Hi. Yeah. Gotcha. Oh my goodness. So I'm super, super, super excited about this class too. This class will be held in October. Um, with this particular class, I will be sending you products to, in fact, make, it's time putting those dolls out. I will be sending you all material to make a reusable healing doll. In this class, you're gonna learn how to construct, how to work, the history, and how to build your own healing doll. This is not me feeding you, what I have in the past. This is gonna be a completely different, um, foundation. And I'm just gonna say foundation because those of you that have taken the class know what I mean by that, but you will be receiving the materials you need to conjure a healing spirit that you can put in people's houses and in their homes so that they are healed. We are getting into the season where your immune system matters. Your immune system matters, my baby. Lovely, I missed the dog class. Yes, so that is coming back, but it's gonna be heavy and yeah. Ah, one more time. Yeah, got you. Mhm. Oh my goodness. I mean, what are we gonna do here? Boom. One more time for the road. And clack. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Alright, everybody, let me hide this. I, that healing dog worked me in 3 days, and they will. They will, and they shall. They will, and they shall. Um, which mama just messaged me. I love her. Alright. So, one more time, if you please look at the link in the bio, or in the description box, as well as the pinned comment above. I just wanna again go through this very quickly. Working Ritual Weekend that is available now. This is a super important weekend. When I tell you, you will leave empowered beyond imagination. Um We have the bonus playing card class that's coming up due to me, here, I have 2 tablespoons of monk fruit, 2 tablespoons of coffee teaspoons? Sure. But I definitely want at least 2 tablespoons of monk fruit. And of monk fruit? That's okay. Oh, well, well, here, how about this? How about wash out my cup, bring me the monk fruit bag, and I'm just gonna go ahead and mix it right here. I need the ginger and the cinnamon too. I'll mix it, you add the water and the milk. Okay. The bonus playing card class. We also are coming back with the Conjure Style Spellcast podcast. Join the virtual coven because it is where you wanna be, and For all we know it is time. Dun, 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 dun. All right. So let's get into unlocking your unlocking your magic. So, beginning of this. So anyways, unlocking your magic. So I wanted to have this conversation because I know for a fact that a lot of people, oh my goodness, it just got even it just got even deeper for me. Um, and that is because people associate spell work with magic, and people associate your magic and metaphysical business with magic. But in fact, has nothing to do with magic. It cannot don't bring that empty bag over here. I'm gonna have to do cane sugar. Yeah, we gotta go grocery shopping. It's that time. It's that time. A lot of people don't understand that unlocking your magic has nothing to do with spell work. Absolutely nothing to do with spell work. A lot of people also think that you are C'est dans cette D'accord? I think she may have seen so I don't need that little spoon thing. But what's very confusing to me oh my goodness. What's very confusing to me is I don't even have the cup. Merci, thank you. So everybody, when I am making my coffee, I do my cinnamon. This is great for energy, blood circulating. We do de gingembre, some ginger because it's good for your gut health. I normally do monk fruit. I normally don't do sugar, but today I have to because we have to. Pardon moi? Marcel is watching. He's actually the one that's the latest one that commented. Now I'm gonna go live with Marcel because Marcel, in fact, um, the mic may be going in and out if I'm turning my head. I'm thinking is what that is. Um, but outside of that, it shouldn't be going in and out. Yes. Anyways, Marcel is here and will clock me for my. I put it in after the coffee is in. I don't. Okay. Well, alright, just give me a brief moment. So I'm gonna go live with Marcel here, who has curated his own beautiful blend of coffee, and I will only be utilizing his blend through a French press. And from that day, I will only do French press. But the way my life has been set up, I have done a lot of instant coffee. so, so again, cinnamon again for um, heating up, spicing up things um, in that regards, as well as your blood, and that is via magic and holistically. Have dijon, the ginger, which also speeds up and heats up your magic. Good herb, good spiritual ally for good spiritual ally for is there a problem? Okay, well if it goes off, then I'll just switch on over, you know. I just hope it doesn't go out. I'm almost done here. Um, did I add the coffee in here? I think there's coffee in there. I guess we'll find out. Um, hold on. I smell ginger. Anyways, here you go. We got water in there. Excuse me. So, yes, so there's that. Um, so yes, again, cinnamon great to heat up your spell work, but also great for your it's good energy, keeps your blood flowing, blood circulation. Ginger, Michael, you can't tell me this. It's brown. I think there's coffee in this. Anyways, um, yeah. So first and foremost, you pour out some of this and then add the milk. There's no milk in it. What? And I need a spoon too. He tired of me, sick of me, absolutely sick. So, anyways, I do like having this camera up here. I definitely have to get another monitor so that I can see this because when this camera's up here, it makes me wanna look up here versus look down. Look, the day doesn't start without morning coffee rituals. Yes, indeed. Also, Mercury's in retrograde, also communication travel delays more frequent. Oh, there's a little cat. Um, so anyways, unlocking your magic. So a lot of people I'm sorry, so let me go back. We're unlocking your magic, okay? Unlocking your magic. Let's have that conversation. So, a lot of people really don't understand the difference in between your magic and spell work, as well as working in metaphysical businesses and spaces. A lot of people really, really have this mind set that, excuse me, that if you are in a metaphysical space or if you are working in a metaphysical location, give me a lot of milk. What does it look like? Is it my complexion? Excuse me? Okay, this is good. Thank you. Excuse me, can I have an ice cube? When I tell you sick of me. Uh, so I wanna bring up the conversation of business, metaphysics, um merci, thank you. I think I can fit one more in there. Yeah. Um, that your magic and spell work are the same, and it's not. You have to be magical to conjure spell work, but you can be a magical practitioner without magic. Um, and this all comes really about especially with the working ritual weekend. When I was sitting back thinking about it, it's like people are gonna leave here well, first and foremost, you leave the conjure fed already vibrating, but you're vibrating because of all this well, this past conjure fed that was very interactive. It was quite, um, physical because I want you to experience, the thing, but it's also very fast paced. This event, though, is slow, it's a slower pace, but I am going when I tell you, This isn't a thing of, "Watch me, Queen Cotalia, do this and do that," and so forth and so on, and all of that jazz. That's not what this is. Um, and none of my classes actually ever are. I only desire to sow seed to you so that you may walk away confident in your magical abilities, your ancestral connection, all of those things. That's that's the real tea when it comes to me. And, um, and that is something that a lot of people struggle with too, because I'm not out here gassing myself up. I hate when I'm like, I guess I have to watch the replay. Actually, Apollonia, you came in a good time. I just got on topic. I just got on topic. So welcome, Apollonia. Um, Lord, this ain't even brown. Oh, oh well. That's what I got. So, oh, let's go check those thumbs up. I hope your thumbs are up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. We got 60 people in here watching. Let's get 60 thumbs up, please. Um, the seeds were sown at the Conjure Fair, and I'm still blossoming. I am so happy to hear that, Madam K. And that's how it is. That's how it's gonna be. I'm never gonna be an individual to where you're coming here to see me boast and prance around and all of those things. And, it's funny because people, as you hear people talk and converse about people diving into the Cotalia Kool-Aid and all of these things. Here are the facts. People are being blessed. People are winning. People are developing. People are growing on their own, not me doing the work. I give the instruction, the information, the education, and I watch you thrive. I've helped so many businesses open. I've honestly I mean, from businesses in Texas and Georgia, specifically, um yes, specifically, both of those spaces that I absolutely have done, and, so no, you did not miss the topic, Miss Riley, not at all, and so, it is that thing that people, don't really understand, but when we start talking about unlocking your magic, okay? So a lot of people do a lot of spell work and go, "Oh, yes, I'm a master at, da 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 da." No, you can be a skillful practitioner, meaning I hold no magic. I hold no magical abilities, no ashe to count by twos or tie my shoes. But I know the candles work for me like Michael worked for Jackson 5. Okay? Paris, you've changed my whole life around. Thank you. Thank you so very much. I greatly appreciate that. That part, Paris, literally, my whole life has been changed. Again, these aren't my words, these aren't things that I'm paying people to say, and I'm trying to get no, but this is it. This is it. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The testimonies are there. And it's not and sometimes it is me doing the work, but a lot of times it's me giving you the work to do, okay? This is such a wonderful and powerful teaching ethic, to consciously choose to empower your students and teach the work, a true and powerful practitioner. Thank you so very much. And that's me, I'm not like, And let me tell you why it's important for me to do this. I have one student, she is here, who went through the institute. She came to Connect, went through the institute, and now has elevated and has begun to channel has the ability to channel my bloodline and is in the process of joining the Imperial Court Military Mendoza League. She has carried and assisted with, um, with other high rank, um, priests, priestesses, queens, so forth and so on, sat at the table with elders, 90 plus years old, guided my students, my graduating students this past graduation. Another student, same thing, was very unsure about her conjuring abilities, did not care to be in the cemetery. And who was the leading and one of the leading forces at this past graduation? That student. I was across the street in the parking lot when they were leading and guiding without me. And it was confirmed and validated. Why do I feel that name starts with an N? Because it does. Um, I see her ashes written all over her, and it is. And it is, okay? Um, I had my cousin was there at the entrance of the cemetery, and then you have other, um, students that has the ashe in their hands beyond measure and growing that ashe. And why is this important for me to help you unlock that? Because I cannot do it all for everybody. I'm not meant for everybody. I am not designed to teach everybody. I am not designed to deliver messages to everybody. And that's why it is important for me to assist others with connecting to your people, your blood, your magic, and helping you unlock that. Is that trust we have for you, and it is also that trust I have for them. It is equally it is the exact same, it's a very symbiotic relationship. I trust them with my life, and and honestly, there's been, there has been moments and times and spaces where, um, there have been messages that have come through them to give to me. And I embrace that, and I accept that, and I listen to that, and I'm obedient to that, because this is a real thing, and this is where we are talking about magic, not spell work. We're talking about magic. We are talking about that inherited spiritual supernatural ability. That's what we are talking about. That's what we are talking about, and it's that type of mentorship that you absolutely will get during the working virtual weekend. And for those that are not aware of that, that is this week, that is November 3rd, 4th, and 5th, where I am showing you how to do an ancestral elevation ritual over the course of 3 days, what is necessary and what you must and must not do. This is me teaching you the how to do fire feeding, how to summon with smoke and with smoke, how to reconcile and be blessed with the water on our riverboat cruise, all of those things. And so, merci beaucoup d'écrit. Merci, thank you so very much for your, super sticker. But that's why I do what I do. So when we're talking about this space, I do have these things written down. Understanding the difference between your magic. This is an inherited supernatural ability. What does that look like? Maybe psychic, that's not spell work. Medium, that's not spell work. Channeling to some particular space, that's not spell work. Astral projection, that's not spell work. Um, Mind control, compelling, that's not spell work. Summoning the weather, that's not spell work, okay? Um, Summoning spirits, something ain't right. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. That's not magic. I don't know what I did. Um, I don't know. Maybe I should have put more coffee in it. I don't know. Anyways, um, I can see the side eye from around the corner. Thank you. Baby, I tell you, always trying. But it so you have those things. It's summoning whether it is summoning spirits. That is a magical inherited ability. It is sending them away. It is the laying of hands. It is the laying of hands. Um, Marcel, I'm gonna leave you not. Listen, side eyes from around the corner and laughs from across the globe. Um, These are magical abilities. It is telepathy, being able to talk to people and communicate in that way. Yes, telekinesis is real. We call it different in different cultures. You can do it, and rather it is done by um, these actual objects, or it is the controlling of the wind to do it yourself, to do it that way. Either way it goes, the objects move. However it is done, it is prophecy. It is, premonitions. It is, um, it is, time travel. It is flying. That's the astral projection aspect of it. It is these are magical abilities, okay? But then you have spell work. Spell work is a method that you can be well skilled at, okay? As a magical individual, you can do spell work, but spell work is not I don't need to have the herbs and the crystal. I don't have to have the incense, the smoke to read somebody. I don't need that. If you carry that gift, you don't need that. Now, if I'm doing something, if I'm not getting a sign or whatever, I may have to induce that gift. And that inducing is a space of unlocking. And that could come through smoke or drink or whatever situation may be in, perhaps. Okay. So you have that aspect of things. And then it goes into the conversation of, again, just outright spell work. Then what is spell work? Spell work is the conjuring of things, creating something out of nothing. So I can, um, and not, and again, it's the method of using tools and assistance, okay? Tools and assistance to conjure. Whereas if you are a natural witch or whatever you wanna call yourself, healer, I can wave my hand, connect, and I can bring the rain. Absolutely. Or I can do spell work of grabbing dirt from 4 corners, grabbing leaves from 4 corners, grabbing the candle and creating the incense, the storm that way, and now that's a spell. So, a lot of people may be magical, but don't know their magic, don't know their magical abilities, but they are practicing magic and spell work and may be skilled at fire. Working with, pyrokinesis is a real thing. I have shown that in person twice, I think, or just over I mean, I do it all the time, but people have saw it at the Conjure Fest and people have seen it at the actually, the last Zoom, I showed that, for the August service. I showed it at the Working Ritual Weekend last year, and I also showed it at this past year's, um, Conjure Fest. And I do it not thinking like, "Oh my gosh, I got to I'm in the flames." It's not that. It's like, "Okay, let me get this going." And I'm just going, and people like, "Did that just really happen? Are you really putting your hands in a bowl of fire?" "Yes, I am." But I didn't even answer. I'm just doing, right? I'm doing, not thinking twice about it. And so all of these things are real. So we have to then go into that conversation of, and I also brought up the space of business. Why did I bring up business? Because a lot of people think, "Oh, if you're magical and you're powerful, you can open a business and you can have magical products, and magic is in it." No. A snake gonna slither and a bird gonna fly, a fish gonna swim and a dog gonna run if it has legs. And, in that fire, right, on Zoom. Yes, I honestly wish I had, because I would do it right now, to be honest. But I don't wanna disconnect here. I may do it the next Coven, hey, baby, listen. Coven, virtual coven, Imma see y'all on Friday. Anyways, starting this week. But maybe in the coven, I will show you guys that, um, and do what I do. I'm just gonna do how it's done. Um, and and fire working class. The flame in every yes, yes, that flame with every which way, it did. And I also show my students this. I teach you how to connect to the flame and how to move it, how to grow it, and it's not do it the way I do it. I teach you, here is what you need to ask. When you move your hand like this, does it do this? When you move your hand like this, does it do that? Because the way I do it, my blood is different, so it's gonna react differently. How does it react to you in your blood? I can only imagine what it's like with you around. I'm gonna tell you, guys, I'm glad that you said that, and this is a big reason why we're moving locations too. I've become so heavy in trying to build, like, these physical local communities that it disconnects me from me, which is why I love the Working Ritual Weekend because in those weekends, you get Queen Catalia. You don't get businesswoman, which is why I bring up business, and it's funny that you say this, and it all just sort of segue in itself. If someone does a spell and a fire sprite appear, what does that mean? I don't practice the fairy or fae faith, um, to communicate that. I don't have the education on sprites, unfortunately. But I can reach out to Witch Mama to see if she does, because she may know, and then also there are some other Norse, um, pagans here in Mobile that absolutely wouldn't know. In fact, I'm like, let me just message let me just message just see. And that is something also with me. If I don't know something, I'm gonna say it. I'm not going to, I'm not gonna lie to you or make up some response because there are other cultures with different things, and I'm well educated with a lot of things for the most part, but there are some things I don't know, and when I don't know, I outsource and I ask. And there's very few individuals I will do that with. Um, oh, fire spirit. Okay, girl, listen. I was like, "Hold up, I don't know about no fire sprite." But I was like, let me ask about the sprites, the 'cause that's a thing, that's a thing. Um, and so let me reread that. If someone does a spell and a fire spirit appear, what does that mean? Well, it's not if a fire spirit appear. The fire is the spirit. The fire is in fact the spirit. So now if you're talking about a spirit, a spirit, not the fire spirit or a fire, fire but a spirit, you need to be aware of who is present. Who did you guide to you? Or what did you guide into your life? Um, the soda brand it came from Yes, indeed. Oh my goodness. So, that's those are McDonald's Sprites. There's some McDonald's Sprites. Y'all know I'm not lying, when I tell you that. So, so anyways, people think that, oh, if you own a business, that you must access this magical ability or you've mastered your skills. No. If you own a business, you for a lot of people during the pandemic got a PPP loan, um, and started their metaphysical shops and businesses and built out things. Some people just have good credit and wanted to open a metaphysical store. And a lot of these people are really successful because they approach it from a business standpoint. I operate from a service standpoint. So I'm not driven by the money. I'm not, "Oh, let me da 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 da," and all of those things. But understand that when you start and I'm gonna tell y'all this is a real thing, and this is part of the reason why we moved. I need to have more time with me and my Ashe and my magic, my powers, my ability, and I was spending so much time trying to operate with, "I gotta do this, gotta do this, gotta do this, gotta do that," um, that it disconnects from you, your work. Good morning, Carson, pardon. It disconnects you from you. If I want y'all to think about it. Think about this. If I wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning, I get ready at 6. At 7 o'clock, I'm feeding the animals. By 8 o'clock, I'm doing live reading. By 9 o'clock, I'm off of that. So from 9 until 10, now I have to drive over to my spaces, or not even really that far away, but I drive to my space. I'm now having to go through and check emails or have to create content, between this particular hours and so on. From that particular point, I then have lunch. I begin to cook lunch at 11 o'clock. Lunch starts at 11:30. I have lunch until 12:30. I try to take a nap from 12:30 to 1. At 1 o'clock, I have to get ready to go back at work by 2. By 2 o'clock, I'm doing readings from 2 until 6. I eat dinner at 6:30. I normally try to I'm teaching classes at night at 7 or 8 o'clock. Then I have to go to bed around 10. I wake up this morning and do it all over again. Where in that day, out of 7 days doing that over and over, is time to connect to your magic, your power, your ability? The money helps pay the bills. I can honestly say Queen do not operate money, but on teaching and I do, because 'cause there's been a lot of times, like, for Apollonia, for example, I'm like, "Girl, you gonna do that work." I could have said, "Oh, yes. Oh, yes, I can do this for you." But no, you are gonna do this work. You deserve so much Queen. Your truth, your teaching have, saved my life now twice. It makes me teary-eyed because, again, where is the scamming? Where is all of this BS? Here it is. I'm not making this up. I could have never denied your teachings and your influence in my spiritual path. Forever grateful. That schedule is grueling. Nope, gotta have balance. Hello, queen. Hello, all. I didn't subscribe. I just don't always comment. Um, I love the eye look, on the thumbnail, queen, you always, um, you and always the thumb and nails. Thank you so very much. I greatly appreciate it. Yes. I was playing with the makeup, last year for an event that I was doing, and I don't really like pink or colors at all. I like all the colors in one, black, and, I thank you so very much. So, the thing about it is, um, where is that? Where do you so a lot of people are, "Oh, yes, they're owning businesses. They're on front of magazines. I've done a million in sales or whatever else." It takes $1 to change you from a millionaire to $1,000 heir. Okay, number 1. Um, but also too, understanding that your sales do not reflect your ability. Most metaphysical businesses are home goods. They're home goods and feel goods. They want you to feel good and take things to your home. And that's what that is. And that's great. That's wonderful. That's amazing. That does not sow seeds. That does not give people substance. There's no connection. There's no unlocking that thing. And the reality is, why do people go that route? Because they know they do not have the ability to do what I can when it comes to unlocking these spaces. I feel strongly and intuitive. I'm a person who is magical, who is connected to magic. I can use tools, but I don't feel that I need them. How can I further awaken my natural gifts and abilities? Thank you, that's Riley. So that's exactly what we're talking about today and why it is so important. Bonjour, comment ça va? Yes, bonjour, comment ça va? Ça va bien, merci. Et toi? J'espère que ça va bien sûr, monsieur, mais, non, je suis surpris parce que la vidéo, ici, et ça va. Um, so when we're talking about that space, as Riley um, to further awaken it, again, I know this sounds like a shameless plug, but I'm absolutely going to encourage you to attend the Work and Ritual Weekend. Point blank, period. I teach classes that give you all the insight to, um to these spaces and to these places or whatever else. I give you that the insight, um, to This is very real. This is true. And it's true, it's unfortunate, and I understand it. I understand people got bills to pay, but I have a court that I cannot jeopardize. I have a lineage that I cannot jeopardize. I can't. Exactly. As a business owner, I agree. When you're doing everything from your genuine space, it flows effortlessly and the blessings come in. People are lost and looking for shortcuts. So sad. Looks like an amazing experience and peaceful location. Hopefully, I can conjure up a babysitter. We can make that happen. That's a thought. Should I begin to provide childcare for people that need babysitters when you come here? That's a thought. Thank you for that. That's the other, National World Tour. That's the other side that's the other side of favor ain't fair, you know? Um, and so in this thing that let me operate, and that's why I encourage my students, work in a magical space, work in medical space, don't own the business, because if you own the business and you don't have a business manager, you're gonna have to own it, do all the admin work, and manage it, more admin work, and day-to-day, and monthly, and all of those things. Where you can work in a medical space and build your craft and ability, that is a real thing. You can work in a space, but you don't want the stress. You don't want the stress of owning. Um, will the working virtual be virtually? I'm in Seattle. At this moment, it will not be virtually, and I don't think that it will be just because I know that I need to be present for those that are there. Um, Also, there's so much work involved with the final outcome. Yes, Apollonia, I won't bring my son because 'cause he'll be the reason the childcare stops. Oh my goodness, Apollonia, you are too funny. Oh my goodness. Um, so there's that, okay? That is super important just to know and to understand and to recognize. Um, I do apologize, Natasha Luis, um, but I have to give all y'all, when I tell y'all, I'm so excited because the things we are gonna conjure individually and collectively during the working ritual weekend, baby, oh my gosh, it's gonna be here's one thing, um, and see for the graduation this year, I showed my students, like, how to access somebody else, like, how to move a physical body in real time, in real time. We did this, and I taught my students to do this. Why would you teach someone to do that? I can pull a child from getting out from a car, or maybe I need to give someone a little bit of a push. Who knows? But they can attest. They witnessed this. They witnessed this real time. Make that trip. Gotta get more West Coast representation. Yes, please do. Please make the trip. It will change your life. I know that it will. I know that it will. Um, and so that's the next thing. I mentioned what our abilities already, some of those things. The third thing was I have here, what is yeah, and so there are learnable skills, card reading, divination, that's not magic, that is a method of divinity in a magical space, okay? That's it, I'm signing up for the Huda Institute, missing everything. And I promise students, graduate students that are here, did you or did you not experience learning how to push and pull people through your magic, not through spell work, but through connecting to their physical body, moving, pushing, swaying, essentially levitating even. They saw this, and they did this. They did this. Gregory and did, and did. And, Apple, the trip is always beneficial. I've been, it's been people I've witnessed that has come from out of the country, to get their lesson. Exactly, exactly, come from out of the country, and it's me pouring into them. It's not me benefiting from them, okay? Um, so there are teachable skills, card reading, divination, tarot, oracle readings, um, bone throwing. You can learn how to be a skilled and again, when it comes to, like, being a skilled candle worker, it's not really under it's not you work so here's the thing, it is, are you using fixed candles? Because if you're using fixed candles, you're not doing the work. It's the work of that workers that has fixed the candle. But you know that fire is your element, so your candles get those results every time. When it comes to, um when it comes to the space of, working with oils or baths, if you're using fixed items, you are a practitioner that is skillful in these spaces, but that is not the same as, um this is not the same as you doing the work, okay? There are other things that you can be skilled in. You can be skilled as a root worker, meaning an herbalist, okay? You can be skilled as a root worker, a whole herbalist. You can be skilled as, um, uh, well, in a space of herbalism, that is a vast, um, title. So, anyways, there's different spaces and elements. So here's other spaces of skills. Doing Reiki. Reiki is not magic, it is a method of a healing modality that is a skill. Um, Energy work. These are methods and skills. Magic, conjuring, hoodoo, obia, gwanga, kimbwa, um, I Ching, Strega, etc. These are methods where you can be a skilled worker. This isn't your magic. The tools and ritual is not your magic. You are magical. That's what the working ritual is a working ritual weekend does. It taps into you being magic, you and accessing that, um, particular thing. Alright? So, we have that. The next thing is then what can you do to develop? So a lot of people love this, "Oh, come to me, and I'm gonna help you unlock your third eye. Come to me, I'm gonna help you become a psychic. Come to me, I'm gonna teach you your inner light witch." No matter how hard a alley cat trains to be a lion, it'll never be. It can walk like one, it can look like one, it can dress like one. You ain't gonna kill no cheetah, you ain't gonna kill no zebra, antelope, okay? That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen at all. Um, you cannot no matter how much I want to, um no matter how much I want to be, a tennis player, I can be a skilled player, but that does not equate to someone who's naturally gifted, okay? And being again, being skilled is not the same as being gifted. But you cannot develop something you do not have. But the things you do have, you can grow because these are spiritual muscles. The more you use them and work with them, the more you know how to maneuver them and operate them and all of those things. That, my dear, is when you're able to develop your psychic abilities. There's things that you can do, develop your psychic abilities, develop your astral projection abilities, and so forth and so on. Um, I'm gonna awaken the gift of prophecy in you. I heard that in a church service. Oh my gosh. And always questioning, can you wake up a gift that might not be there? No. Can you pull money out of a fish? No, it's not a bank, it's a fish. Queen, is it possible to have magical abilities in the space and not know? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Or do the gift always manifest somehow? No. So some things again, if this is a spiritual muscle, supernatural, magical, physical, spiritual muscle, and you haven't used this muscle, that muscle is atrophy. It doesn't disappear, but it has to be conditioned and used. And you may say, "Well, I'm trying to flex this muscle and it's not happening." That's because you come from a different bloodline or you come from a different culture. Queen, that's not how that works. Do you know that African Americans, or if I think African Americans, or if not African Americans, Africans from the motherland are born with an extra muscle or 2 or 3 that other ethnic groups do not have. We all come from the same place. Um, if they have a muscle that you don't have, you can't develop it. And then it's that question, well, how do I know and how can I discover? And this is where it is very important to understand, um, what you have and the strength of that, but more importantly, understanding that your strength is your blood, 1, because your blood gives you your magic. I saw somebody make a post the other day. Magic and witchcraft, because again, gotta use these clickbait terms. Witchcraft, isn't just this inherited ability or whatever. Um, it is so many other things. Um, the journey of magic is, um, is large. Witchcraft, the craft that like the European witchcraft, um, or cunning work, if you will, um, the journey looks different. For some, it's great, from some it's not, for some it's easy, for some it's not. Um, and that journey is not just again, the journey of the method is not the same as the journey of developing the gift, if that makes sense. Child, these false prophets in the church get on my nerves. Um, had an apostle that would try to prophesy everything and speak in tongues. Wrong as Pee Wee Herman. Oh my goodness, bless him. That's a little bit longer than it should be. Why did that happen? That's just as odd. Mhm. She's gonna get definitely getting cut. I wanna cut it now. Let me just break it. Voila. Um, and so the thing is, are dreams connected to a person's magic? Being a dreamer is or can be. Having your ancestors come to your dream is a spiritual experience, not a spiritual ability. Then there is dream conjuration. There's 3 parts. Visitation through your ancestors is a spiritual experience, so that's not a gift. Dream conjuration, which I'm able to conjure in dreams and do things of that nature. And then 3, the gift of having dreams, of having visions, in fact, okay? But understanding your blood is in fact where your magic comes from. Your blood does not give you your magical path necessarily. You should look to your blood and the path and and the and the path that blood has laid for you. May it be hoodoo if you're of African descent, Strega if you're Italian descent, conning work if you're of British descent, or I mean European, British Isles descent, um, and the list goes on and on and on. All right, you're so welcome. And so that's a very important thing. But then the next thing is when we talk about unlocking your magic is clarity. Clarity. Are you clear? If you are not clear in your mind, I'm trying to get all up in your mind. Is that a crime that I wanna make you mine? All right, so your mind. If you do not have clarity, if you do not have mental ability, stability, um, functionality, um, um, stability, sustainability, if you do not have that, you're not gonna be able really to connect what you have, and you absolutely will be destroying yourself and others during spell work. In reference to blood, should we focus on the mother side or the father side? You are both. Your magic is both. You are both. Your magic could be both. So, for examples, in my family, the Benson, they were wealthy. They were not magical. They were wealthy, but they were not magical. Okay. And that's my mother's paternal side. My mother's paternal mother side, Mama Ada. I was like, hold on. I know you didn't. Okay, Mama Ada. It wouldn't surprise me that they had anything, um, but no. But my mother's maternal side on both sides are the healers, the queens and kings, and all of those things. Now, culturally, like in West African culture, the male side is celebrated. In indigenous culture, the maternal side is celebrated. It doesn't mean that the gifts don't touch the other gender. It just means that this is recognized to have responsibility, is what that means, okay? Okay, and so the next thing is once we get into that space of clarity, like, again, if you're not mentally sane, stable, focused, clear, then you cannot not only connect to your magic, but then it's also that space of your, spell work being faulted, okay? From that, we have mentorship. If you don't know your magic, and I know this seems like a shameless plug, but the institute is the Conjure South Florida Institute of Traditional African American Conjure, Roots Work, and Divination. This gives you homework from day one, teaching you what your abilities are, where your strengths are, what they are not. All of those things are absolutely available. Merci beaucoup pour la réponse. Merci, pardon, je suis désolé. De rien, Rose GP. Merci, de rien, je t'en prie. Um, so so this is super heavy and important to understand and to recognize too, is mentorship. The institute gives you that. If you can't do the institute, then I'm absolutely going to suggest that you do the Work and Ritual Weekend. It was either Work and Ritual Weekend on November 3rd, 4th, and 5th that gives you that first insight. It's then gonna be the conversation of, "Oh, oh, no, hold on a second. Um, Alright, everybody, I do apologize. I do apologize. I need help with cleaning my mind. Yes. So the other camera died. Now we're on the computer camera here, so it's all fine. The next thing is, that space of mentorship. If you need growth, if you want to know, you should go to someone that has the resources to give you the exercises. Like the institute, I give you multiple exercises to discover what magical abilities you actually have. Um, and that's magical abilities, not spell work per se, but magical abilities. But then you also have spell work. So you need to find a mentor that's gonna give you, that has the resources and abilities to give you what it is you desire. Big hug to you, queen. Great conversation as always. Thank you so very much, Rituals. Um, yes, Tizu. I can't I don't know how to say that word. Um, but I do know that due to the, I can't say the word, but I know that this is one that practice ritual magic within, I think, Herretismo or Herretismo, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, and that's Mexican folk magic, if I'm not mistaken. Um, and I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty I'm right there. Um, so that space of mentorship, having some guidance, because you're not gonna know. We have to have the I gotta stop looking up here now, the camera's dead. So the thing about it is this, we have to be honest with ourselves too, and that is honestly the largest thing. I'll get back to honesty in a little bit, but the first big thing is, understanding that your magical gift is a journey, separate from your spell work as a journey. So that is very important. But we also need to talk about that the conversation about what may stifle your magic. It could be stress. If you're highly emotional and you're highly stressed, high strung, that can stifle your magic. You're like, "I had it and I did it. I don't know what happened." Life happened. Life was lifing and it happened. Okay, so there's that. It could be confusion, just outright confusion and not knowing of things, so forth and so on. So you have to be, um, again, have that specific clarity. Could trauma be a problem? Trauma could be a problem. Trauma could be a problem, but here's the issue with trauma. Today, again, people capitalize and predator and prey on trauma, um, and they prey on trauma. But the truth is this, when is the next enrollment for the South Huda Institute? The next enrollment is next June or July, if I'm not mistaken. But even if you don't wanna wait on that, Julia, of course, come to the Working Ritual Weekend. Um, but when we are discussing, the when we're talking about trauma, and not just trauma, but also the conversation of, um, I love how you are it's not on? Oh, okay. Um, I love how you are pointing the 2 out. Spell work and your personal magic abilities are not the same. Prior to the Country South Buddha Institute, I was confused. Um, I confused the 2. And that's, um okay, I should possibly go back. I can try to go back. Voila. Yes. Um, I'm back on screen here. The camera is now back on. So when people start talking, go, "Okay, well, I have trauma," because you see people now that make a post, "If you don't do your shadow work, you can't access your magic." Not necessarily true. That's not necessarily true. Um, baby, this here hello, TK, how are you doing? Um, um, that's not necessarily true in regards to, "Oh, if you don't do your shadow work, then you cannot, you know, do spell work." This is not true, this is not true, this is not true. Your spell work may not be as strong because you're not as clear. It could stifle or stop or delay some things. One of my ancestors makes vegetable soup. Um, they just told me, and I also got a strong taste for it, and I have not. So how to do that. Vegetable stew with some um, but here's the issue about trauma and and the shadow work of it all. A lot of people try to combat trauma with magic. "Oh, well, if I do this cleansing, then that's gonna alleviate my trauma," and then nope, nope, nope. Your trauma, what you experience on this earth, physically, you're gonna have to heal physically. You're gonna have to do that mundane work. That's what that's gonna be. That's not gonna be a candle, it's not gonna be an oil or any of those things, and that is just a solid, sound reality of it, point blank, period. So, understand that, hold saw your video about enabling trauma, shit, that hits home. Truth hurts, but always needed. Oh, yes, yes. I mean, it may hurt, but it is the truth, and I understand. A lot of people can't handle coming to, like, Conjure South and things because I heard this one lady on the phone, she was like, "I would go to Queen, but I know she gonna hurt my feelings." She was like, "I don't wanna hear what I already know," you know? And that is a big thing. So when we're talking about this space again of unlocking your magic, let me just run through these things again very quickly. First and foremost, understanding that your spell work is not your magic, number one. Number two, knowing what your magical abilities are: psychic, pyrokinesis, telekinesis, telepathy, astral projection, conjuring storms, a variety of things versus what's not. Divination, herbalism, Reiki, healing modalities, so forth and so on. Alright? Understanding that one is a skill that you can learn, the other, your spiritual gifts and abilities, is what you can develop. And I wanna say this too, right? Again, and I'm glad that I bring this up again about that space of developing and the learning, the learnable things versus the developing thing. The development of things, excuse me, I need to slow down my speech. Oh my gosh, I do apologize. Um But that's what the working ritual weekend does. It reaches into you and we begin to develop your magic, not spells, but magic. The magic in you. That's what that does. Okay. The working ritual weekend, again, is not just education, it is instruction and it is um what is the term? What is the term that I'm looking for? I don't know. Moving right along, but it is that thing, I promise you. And again, I do just want to, I'm on that journey of finding clarity for myself. Hoping this hoping this will help me move forward with confidence and assurance in the future. I'm certain it absolutely will, and I do wanna just again share with everybody the Working Virtual Weekend, November 2nd, November 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Those tickets are on sale. There are limited spaces. We will in fact be, that will be expiring very soon. So yes, um, that was the cabin, that was allows you to see what we're gonna do. These have bunks, they have cots. You also have the option of bringing a air mattress if you want to. Those options are also available. It's gonna be a splendid, incredible time. There's that. And then, again, knowing your blood, knowing your clarity, recognizing, appreciating, and honoring your mentors. And last but not least, the most difficult aspect to your magic, truth. Okay, what are we wearing? So, I'm a little bit on the fence on that, but, um, right now it's looking like black. We are in November on a religious front for Vodun. We could have a celebration for the Gede and wear purple, white, and black, but we'll see. I will send out an email, etcetera. But the last thing, the most important thing, and the serious thing about unlocking your magic is the big T word, truth. We live in a time and space where everybody can be everything, do anything, are everything, whatever, all that stuff. And the truth is everyone cannot do everything. Everyone's not everyone's, another is not everybody's mentor, reader, worker, and so on. And also that truth. The other truth is, um, the other truth is, uh, what are y'all "ooh, yes, and about" and "oh, yes, and about"? Um, the other truth is a lot of people, because they do live in a mental fantasy world when it comes to magic, they are wanting to be the next supreme. They wanna be the next supreme. They wanna know all the things. They wanna do all the things, and the reality is everyone doesn't have every gift. You don't, and you can't. It's important that you don't because your differences are what makes you valuable, okay? And so you gotta move in this truth. So if you're spending time trying to develop your prophecy abilities and you are not a prophet, but you are a, astral traveler, you're wasting time and time that you cannot get back. Um, I love me some black. What we're wearing, that's important, yes. So, I wasn't sure because Josie is a purple girl, and so I was like, I wonder if she's, saying yes to the purple or if she was saying yes to the black or the white. So, um, that's all just very important. So there's that. You all, again, I do want to jump in very quickly, as we are about to sign out to tell you about the bonus playing card class that will be held very soon. I will be sending out the information as, um as soon as I can. We're gonna send you a link via email. We have the baby doll spell work and history class. This is gonna be an incredible class. You don't wanna miss it. These links are in the bio. The Conscious House Spellcast podcast, that will be a every Friday, um, occurrence in addition to, um, hmm, in addition to, excuse me, um that's the virtual coven. The virtual coven is every Friday, a reoccurrence, and then we have the monthly situation. The Countryside Spellcast podcast, excuse me, this will be every Wednesday morning. And the way that we're doing this, let me tell about this as well. With the Spellcast podcast, you join me live on Wednesday. Everybody else has to wait a whole week before they the get to experience the podcast. There's a lot of perks and those things. Stay tuned. I'm gonna re-announce that. Everyone can have that. Um, I've already mentioned the coven and the working. Et voilà. Everybody, I thank you all so very much. I hope that this help you all think about some things about about the importance and how to begin to unlock the magic within you. You know, today I didn't tell people, "Oh, you're not this, you're not that, you can't do this, you can't do that." I'm simply just giving you insight and possibilities to what could be. And when we talk about the potential of magic, like, if you have the ability to, if you have the ability I was like, "Is this basil?" It's not. Um, if you have the ability to, um, command wind, you may be able to command storms. If you have the ability to operate and move water, you may be able to have the ability to summon a hurricane. The potential is there. If you have the ability to, um, move things in your mind, the potential could be that you could, do some other things, or I mean, there's just so many things. So I'll put my whites away this round. Yes, there won't be any no whites. No white. Maybe grays, but no whites. Um, no lies, you got me used to wearing white. Hey, look, you know, we do what we can. Very heavy on the family. Um, very helpful, yes, wonderful. That's all that I want. As long as I know that y'all are good, that you've been helped, that you've had some insight, that's all that matters to me. I thank you all so very much. Again, I want to remind you to please subscribe to this channel. Give the video a thumbs up, leave a sweet kind comment below. Let me see how many thumbs up I have. I had 68. We have about 60 people now, but I had about 70. So, but that's good. I'm very pleased. Thank you so very much. Many blessings, everyone. Y'all have a great and wonderful rest of your Sunday and enjoy the holiday if you celebrate. And if not, don't. Bye bye.